My name is Jeroen Pek. I'm the flute teacher at the Jazz and Pop department of the Academy of Music of ArtEZ. It's more by accident that I play flute as a professional now. I learned myself to play guitar in rhythm and blues bands when I was in my teens. And I used the flute, every now and then. When I was in my mid-20s or early 20s, I thought, I'm not a guitar player. I sold all my gear and thought, no, I'm a windwood player. And flute was the only instrument I could play, So I just studied very hard for a year. The fact that I played in rhythm and blues bands in a performing setting, in a conceptual pop group, that helped me a lot to play different on the flute. It's good to think about what is required to make the flute as a full-fledged jazz instrument. And therefore, you need a different approach than the classical approach, different idea about vibrato. And articulation is another thing, not only da or ka or ta or ga, but also doodling, doodle-la-dee, like scatting singers do. I use that and I teach that too. I just encourage students to explore that everything depends on how strong you can develop your own voice, because that is important. And it's also that you learn to handle the volume differences. You have to develop a voice that inspires the rhythm section in jazz to go along with you. So when you do audition, it would be nice if your entrance level is high. The technical scale or knowledge, music theory or scales and everything. But your musicality counts very much. And part of his originality that we already hear, there is a certain personal tone of voice. And the coachability is important, that you show that you're interested in what you can learn here. I'm not interested in somebody who can play all the Charlie Parker solos. That helps in the language, but I want to hear, wow, there is this creative sound. Somebody can play whispering and then bam, loud. That is what we're looking for. Well, I think this course is unique because it's embedded in a bigger art school. Lots of disciplines are here. You can shop around. Dance, theater and fine arts, fashion, it's all here. So that's great, because that's an environment where so much creativity is just around the corner. The other thing is the music department is not about one style. It's everything except classical music, basically, And it's a safe environment. They develop their own voice, and maybe I do not agree. So what? It's their choice. But we have a conversation about it. And if you can justify it and people like it or love it, then who am I to judge?